So it has been a long time, but I think it's finally time for me to crawl out of the woodwork or whatever and make another video. Questionable that it's like almost new expansion time, like within a couple of days, but well, I only have time now, so it's time for me to do stuff now. So today's deck will be Dirt Rune, the deck that's been buffed twice this expansion, and of course, being a deck that was buffed twice, it is pretty strong right now. It's one of the top decks of the meta. Different from usual, once again, I will not be going too much into detail on how exactly you should be playing this deck or whatever, because two reasons. One, I don't really know how to play this deck. I'm not that good at it. I just wanted to show it off because I mean it's one of the strongest decks, right? Maybe you can get some inspiration and try yourself if you want. And two, more importantly, is that we're about to get a new expansion, so there's no telling if Dirt will still be one of the top decks, which means that going too in depth into how to play the deck might not be the most efficient idea. But mainly I don't really know how to play this deck myself. I picked this up. This is Rage winner Agnom's deck. You can find it in the tournament winning. I don't think you can find it in the tournament winning decks. I'm not actually sure, but this is the deck that he brought to Rage and he won with. So yeah, it's the one that I'll be playing this time. So with that being said, let's get into some games. So we start off the first game. It's the Rune Mirror, and we will be going first. Multi-elemental Neophyte is super strong now that it's been buffed, so I would recommend. I would keep it. I don't like. You can not keep it if you don't want to, but I would keep it. It's just a turn 1 play. You can get dirt out of it. You can get the spell. The spell is super strong. It's draw 2, and it helps you spend 2 dirts. Here, of course, there is the option of Sweet Defender Golem, but I just wanted to start Golem Lording them, because, you know, Golem Lord is super ridiculous card now at 5 cost, and it's just tempo that's hard, but can be a bit hard to keep up with. Anyway, I didn't have dirt to play Augmentation, so this is probably the best play I had. And then just, you know, try to draw with the thing and the fuse. This time I played Sweet Defender Golem. There's nothing else to do, right? Just Golem Lord again. Of course, playing Golem Lord early game is not even that bad anymore because it's a 1 cost 2/2, which is pretty strong on its own, but even after that it spends dirt and it ramps up the damage from Golem Lord in the late game, which can help you win the game. So yeah, no harm in weaving in the Golem Lord whenever you can. But of course your main goal is still just to find Levi, spend your dirt so that you can kill your opponent. That's the Levi that we're looking for. And just apply pressure to the face in the early game. Dirt plays very differently going first and going second from my experience. And a lot of people also say that it plays very differently. Going first, you are just playing the tempo game. Just apply pressure to your opponent's face and just kill them. Interesting interaction here actually. I believe Golem Lord benefits off the clay golems you steal from your opponent as well. Here, of course, I do have the option of going for Golem Lord, but there's no real reason to. I think it makes more sense to save Golem Lord to save to answer their Golem Lord, right? So I'm just gonna go for Levi here just to get damage and just draw. So that's their Golem Lord. And there's an actually very interesting spot that I'm in here. If you're looking, there at 10, which means that Levi Evil plus Crimson plus the 2 Crimson Swords will be lethal. But wait, actually, did they play a spell last turn? I feel like I might have gotten this part wrong. No, they didn't play a spell last turn, right? They just played Golem Lord? Yeah. So, as you can see, the only thing stopping me from killing them with Levi here is that I don't have enough dirt. And unfortunately, because this isn't one of the magical sediments, this is just a Seer's Telescope, you cannot use Celestial Command to increase it. So it kind of looks like I don't have lethal. The only way for me to get a dirt out is with Undying Witch, of course, and since I am at 7 stacks consumed, I can get lethal if I manage to get Undying Witch to generate me a dirt. But as you can see, she needs you to have your leftmost card to be the same type of card as something your opponent played after, and the only thing they played was a followers card. I need to make these my followers, so that's why I went for this weird play. It took me a bit to like just double confirm, but yeah, just do that to get rid of the 2 spells at the end of my hand, so that this can actually generate me the dirt, and that will get me through that. And now I can use Levi to finish the game. So just keep in mind that there's an interaction that you might want to pay attention to with Celestial Command. I mean, like, of course the usual thing is to generate dirt with it, but just take note that you can use it to adjust your leftmost card as well, and just keep that in mind when you play. Yeah, that's it. Next game. So for our next game, we have, of course, everyone's favorite deck, Buff Dragon. Absolutely no one hates this deck at all, everyone loves it. None of these are good starting cards, so I'm just gonna toss them all. Yep, better hand, I guess. So again, we're going first, which I'm more used to the playstyle of going first with this deck. It makes more sense to my brain, which is why I play better. So going first is still stronger, right? Of course, that's the thing, but also my brain is more in line with how the works going first, because when you're going second, you need to play more towards the late game. Instead of going first, where you just rush them down and hope they die. So super standard early game here, we're just trying to deal damage to their face, right? Excuse me, a thing that you might have noticed so far is that my opponent so far has been pretty careful about leaving bodies on the board early on for me to play the spell, what's it called, magical augmentation against. And you should also keep this in mind when you are playing against the runes, that it might be worth keeping your board empty just to deny them the target from magical augmentation, just to slow down their dirt consumption, and also to deny them draw, mainly to deny them draw. Well, here I take the opportunity to play Rune here, where I can... Well, I don't get the spell out of it, but it's just applying pressure, generating dirt, so that next turn I can play Golem Lord if I need to. Remains to be seen if I actually need to. But of course, having the dirt there is just useful, so that's what we're going for. And here I believe this lends me to a pretty free reign to just drop a Golem Lord here. I don't think dirt handles Golem Lord super well early on in the game. They probably need to spend a lot of resources. I think the best things they have is Drazel if they are running it, and Coral Spirit is very annoying as well. I don't know why they always seem to have Coral Spirit when they need it. Coral Spirit is a ridiculously strong card actually. Oh no, maybe not ridiculously strong, it's a pretty strong card. So I missed this. I missed that. Well, actually that was a misbatch. I played Levi first, right? No, it wouldn't have made a difference. I needed it to hit the 50-50. Unfortunately, I lost 4 damage off that because I missed the 50-50. I actually would have had lethal if I didn't miss that 50-50, but you know, what can you do, right? RNG is part of the game. So here I'm just hoping they don't heal too much and maybe I can finish them off with Colossal Summoning next turn. If they don't heal, I'll put up too many wards. And there's the ward. So my Colossal Summoning out is unfortunately not available. So I'm trying to draw. Well, not really. I actually don't know why I did that, but oh well. So you just okay, now I can draw it and hopefully find an option. So interesting spot here is that I have 4 PP to play any of these cards, right? But there's like, I don't think there's like much reason to play any of these. And it minimizes their room to work with their board, so I'm just gonna pass. Oh, I needed to save hand cards for Medallo next turn. If they kill me, they kill me, but the hope is that by leaving their limited board space, it makes it harder for them to finish me off there. So I keep my hand 4 cards so that I can top deck something and then play Medallo, and that's the goal here. So yeah, it just fuse everything into Medallo. And here's a very strong Medallo here. You just fuse into Mind Control Mage just to draw a card there. Seed Defender Golem. Actually, there was no reason to do any of this. I could just play Levi for game, right? So a bit of BM on my part, unfortunately, but oh well. Still won the game, so it's fine. So just keep in mind that sometimes not playing a card is the best play. And that's it for this game. And for the last game of the day, we are going second against Shadow. Shadow's a bit of a wild card in the moment. All their decks aren't very good, so we don't know what they will be playing. Either way, we just find a solid early game hand. This is not a solid early game hand. Generally, we want a bit more than this. They played a Carrot One here, which sort of showed us this is probably Burial, right? So we play with that in mind from now on. So luckily we top deck the Neophyte, which is a very solid top deck. And we also have the Astrological Sorcerer for the next turn. But I want to avoid taking too much early game damage because the damage can add up when it's against VR, which is so I'm just opting to clear that board instead and just generate some dirts. Then next turn I can Astrological Sorcerer into a Magical Augmentation to answer their board if they put up one, but here they just played Ascan Shiori, which is not that threatening. Still worth playing Magical Augmentation here just to draw, of course, though. And Slasher Command. Actually, I pressed end turn before I saw the cards I drew, which is a misplay. If fusing with Slasher Command, that was probably the correct play. If I wasn't so fast with ending the turn. So now I fuse it this turn. And just play Astrological Sorcerer just to draw, you know, get my dirt count up. We haven't done any damage to them, but they haven't done any damage to us, which is very good for us. Because we probably outpace them in the late game. So minimizing our damage taken early game is very valuable. Playing Golem Lord here is of course an option. But I don't think it's the one I did. Did I do this? Oh, I did play Golem Lord because I didn't have any better turn to play, right? You can consider saving Golem Lord for the Mirror Well turn, which is pretty solid. And important thing to note here is of course evolving the Guardian Golem instead of Golem Lord. The reason being if they will probably want to play Mirror Well next turn, and of course Mirror Well is an AoE 4 damage, which means that even if I evolve Golem Lord, they can just trade into it with Mirror Well and clear it. While if I evolve this, it puts a ward in the way while the Golem Lord still survives anyway, which is of course more efficient for me. So here's the Mirror Well that we're playing around as expected. And the AoE is not enough for them, so unfortunately they will be forced to trade 2 followers into my Golem Lord, which is what we're going for, is that evil play. Their board is a bit annoying here, but nothing I can't handle, so... I should be fusing this, I don't know why I didn't, it's honestly a misplay. Should fuse the draw first, right, before you start committing PP in case you draw a better turn. And there's a chance to play Levi here. So this puts me at this will, well, it's not right now, but this will put me at 18 at the end of the turn, which is important to note. Because with no evil point, the best play they could make this turn is Lovelorn Necromancer into Septic Shrink, and then into the Lion, which is a total of 15 damage here. So this puts me, this heals me well out of their range of lethals, which is of course what you want to be. You don't want to be in their lethal ranges, right? Comes the Carrot Wind. No Septic Shrink. Oh, there's a Septic Shrink. They play Kyrie apparently, which is interesting. I don't think it's very common to play Kyrie. Yeah, I take a lot of damage here. So I don't think I have lethal here, unfortunately. I could have went for Modelo actually. I don't. Might have been worth it. This is not lethal, unfortunately. 3 damage off. So a bit of a weird position, but we can always go Celestial Command here. I mean, Celestial Convergence is very strong against BR in particular, because their damage is mainly comes in 2 AoE pings. Worth noting that I'm actually in a bit of a bad position if they have another Lovelorn here, so I should have probably considered that when I played Celestial Convergence. But fortunately, they do not have another Lovelorn Necromancer, so I'm doing completely fine. If they had Lovelorn Necromancer, I would have had to go for Modelo here, which is not ideal. But they couldn't answer this board, so they are super dead. This close so we can finish it off, and yeah, that's it for this game. So that's all the games for this video. I hope they were somewhat enjoyable. Maybe you've seen too much Dirt Rune around right now and you're kind of sick of looking at it, but yeah, that was Dirt Rune. It's very strong there, of course. I think a lot of people find it pretty fun. It's a bit like, it's not in my strike zone of decks that I enjoy, so it's not that fun for me, but just wanted to give it a try because I mean, I did enjoy playing Dirt Rune last expansion, so I'm not sure what the difference is, but I wasn't too into this version of Dirt Rune. It's very strong, don't get me wrong, it's just not my cup of tea. But anyway, just thought should play some Dirt Rune, give it a go, see how it is, and just like, if you're interested in playing Dirt Rune after watching this, you can give it a try. Just don't like go out of your way to craft it, because it might be out of meta next in like a week. Because that's around when the expansion the mini will come out. But yeah, this is Dirt Rune. Hope you enjoyed it. I don't know if it was a particularly informative video, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.